Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Starting off this morning with a couple of isolated showers, but later this afternoon we'll have some scattered storms and a level 1 risk for severe weather. I'll show you the timeline.
Also, the storm system headed our way, wreaking havoc across parts of the U.S. We'll have a closer look at the damage from apparent tornadoes that have touched down.
Wake County school leaders today will finalize the final budget request to send to county commissioners. This as employees are fighting for better pay. I'll explain how much they're asking for.
A big honor this morning for a Raleigh teacher. How he's being celebrated after being named Wake County's Teacher of the Year. He's been teaching at Millbrook Magnet High School since 2019. He's also a graduate of Millbrook High, so a full circle moment there. Thanks for starting your Tuesday with us. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, thanks for spending the early parts of your Tuesdays. We get things going here. We had that rain yesterday. We had some rumbles of thunder. Saw that beautiful rainbow out there. Elizabeth Gardner's in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. It's a week that's just going to keep coming at us weather-wise.
It really is. We have a few isolated showers this morning. We're going to see a round of thunderstorms later on today, as well as tomorrow and Thursday. And Thursday will bring us the best chance of severe storms. A little bit of light rain starting to work back toward Cumberland County. We'll see just a few isolated showers across the viewing area this morning. We do have a level 1 risk for severe storms today. The coverage will be fairly light. You can see a little bit of light patchy rain first off this morning. And then after lunchtime, we begin to see just a few cells popping up around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, especially from the Triangle area northward. 1 or 2 of those could create some wind damage, but it doesn't look like anything will be terribly widespread for today. We take a live look at Durham, where it is wet right now. We've seen some showers roll through there. 68 is the current temperature. Hour by hour, it's a hot afternoon, 87. Some sunshine on and off today, and a heat index up into the mid-90s. We continue with our chance for thunderstorms all the way through Friday. So tomorrow is a level 1 risk, and Thursday it's a level 2 risk. I'll walk you through the timeline for what we're expecting for our weather alert day coming up. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, that's 6:01. Checking road conditions because of the wet weather you mentioned from overnight. This map shows parts of the triangle that are waking up to some wet roads this morning, mainly in Durham and parts of Orange County, but nothing major that should affect your morning commute, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about there. Elsewhere in the triangle this morning, no major traffic crashes to report whatsoever. All the major thoroughfares in and out of the triangle area delay-free this morning.
Ken, thanks. It's a big day for Wake County school employees looking for raises in the coming year. The school board will vote on a $2.2 billion budget proposal today. WRAL's Laura Levine is live outside school headquarters this morning. And Laura, this vote comes a day after the county manager pitched his plan to fund the schools.
Renee, Wake County school board leaders will meet here this afternoon. They plan to vote to ask county commissioners for a $63.2 million increase for school funding. This comes as the county commissioners and county manager proposed a $49 million increase, which is less than what the school board was asking for. Right now, you're looking at video of employees who recently rallied for better pay. The board's latest request is largely to maintain existing operations, increase employee pay, and to cover costs for new employees who were hired using federal money that's about to go away. During these school walk-ins last week, educators tell me their pay is not competitive nor maintainable to provide for their families.
I have maxed out pretty much my pay. If I were to go to a neighboring state right now, today, I would make more than $45,000 more to go to a neighboring state.
We'll have to see what happens this afternoon. The school board will meet at 2:30 p.m. Laura Levine, WRAL News. We're live in Cary.
This morning, authorities are working to learn what happened to a woman whose body was found in the woods in Raleigh. Sheriff's deputies were on Camley Avenue off Blue Ridge Road for about 8 hours Monday. They say they're investigating this death as a homicide. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. The street was blocked all day while investigators collected evidence. We're working to find out the woman's name and whether authorities have any leads in the case.
Deputies in Person County say the man they shot and killed Sunday night waved a gun at people and refused to put it down. This happened on Mount Harmony Church Road outside of Rougemont. The sheriff's office says the man was waving a gun at drivers and fired 2 shots. Deputies told him to drop the gun before shooting him. The SBI is reviewing dash and body cam video. The deputy who fired the shot is on leave.
New this morning, Israeli forces have taken control of the Gaza side of the Rafah crossing into Egypt. Israel is raising the stakes now after declaring a ceasefire deal that Hamas embraced to be far from Israel's requirements. Palestinian officials say at least 8 people died in airstrikes on Rafah early this morning. The attacks came hours after Hamas said it would agree to a ceasefire. A source tells NBC News that deal included the release of 33 hostages in exchange for a 40-day ceasefire. Israel was not part of the negotiations, and the terms were Hamas's own.
A large tornado turned deadly in Barnsdall, Oklahoma. The town is about an hour outside of Tulsa. We know at least one person is dead and others are injured. The tornado damaged structures and downed power lines. People who live in the area were already recovering from another tornado that hit Barnsdall just over a month ago. The National Weather Service will be in Tennessee today examining the damage from 2 tornadoes. They hit the central part of the state Monday afternoon. Several homes and other buildings were damaged. The tornadoes left trees uprooted. There are no reports of injuries.
9 students are recovering this morning after being injured when their school bus crashed in Johnson County. It happened on Stevens Chapel Road Monday morning. There was 24 students on board at the time, and you see a lot of damage to the back of the bus there where it slammed into a tree. Troopers say 2 of the children have broken legs. They say the driver wasn't paying attention fully when coming around a turn. She lost control and hit a tree and a mailbox.
In the 10 years we've lived here, that's the 3rd crash we've had from an overcorrection. 2 vehicles rolled over in the neighbor's front yard across the street on the same day. Typically, an awful lot of people coming way too fast through here.
The driver is charged with driving left of center. The 15 other students on board were not hurt.
A Charlotte man is in the Orange County Jail on a charge of attempted murder. Hillsborough police say 75-year-old Stephen Brooks was traveling with a woman from Charlotte early Saturday morning. That woman was spotted running across Cardinal Drive with a gunshot wound to the chest. She is now at Duke Hospital, where she's listed in stable condition. Brooks is charged with kidnapping in addition to attempted murder.
The cost of school breakfasts and lunches in Wake County may be going up again. Today, the school board will talk about a proposal to raise all meal prices by 25 cents next school year. The cost for elementary school breakfasts and lunches would go up to $1.75 and $3.50. Middle and high schoolers would pay $2 for breakfast, $3.75 for lunch. Board members will just talk about this proposal today. They will not be voting. The Hurricanes are gearing up for Game 2 against the Rangers, and all the talk is done after a tough loss Sunday night in New York. The Canes hit the ice again at Madison Square Garden tonight at 7.
There will be no fireworks at this year's 4th of July celebration in Knightdale. Town leaders say the decision is a result of a dangerous prank during last year's event. This is video of those moments. People went running after officials say someone lit a fountain firework in the middle of the crowd. Many thought it was gunfire. This year, the town celebration will happen during the day. It will include a bike parade, live music, food trucks, and inflatables. A monthly event in the town of Wake Forest will see tougher enforcement of rules. The steps organizers are taking to try and clean up Friday Night on White.
And celebrities stunned Monday night at the Met Gala in New York City. We'll show you some of the best and most shocking looks.
And a few isolated showers out there for us this morning. We'll have some scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll show you the timeline and our level 1 risk.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:11, we have a level 1 risk for severe storms this afternoon. The coverage is likely to be fairly light, but there could be some brief heavy rain and the potential for some damaging wind in some of these cells later on today. This morning, we're waking up to a little bit of light patchy rain. There's not much out there. Mostly you're going to see dry conditions. It's a 20% chance of showers and storms around the middle of the day, and then only a 30% chance later this afternoon. Coming up just a few minutes, I'll walk you through the timeline on Futurecast. We take a look around, and we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds. A little bit more cloud cover right now. It's a bit damp in Durham, where we had some showers roll through just about 20 or 30 minutes ago. 68 Durham, 66 in Fayetteville, and 67 in Wilson. School day forecast, it's going to be hot as the kids get off the bus. Temperatures in the upper 80s, feeling like mid-90s.
Elizabeth, you mentioned the showers that we've been experiencing, and these are the parts of the triangle that are waking up this morning to wet roads, mainly parts of Durham and Orange counties, but it should not be enough to cause any problems for your morning commute. I want to take you outside right now and show you a WRAL breaking news tracker, Nick Perling, on the road rage this morning. He's on I-40 East, heading back toward Raleigh. No rain conditions to report this morning, just about a half hour ago, though, and 540, he was, the windshield wipers were going, but we'll continue to check road conditions here in the WRAL Traffic Center.
Ken, thanks. Town leaders in Wake Forest are tightening the rules for a monthly event that they say is being ruined by unruly teenagers. The town says it will take a much tougher approach during the Friday night on White events. That includes a possible 8 p.m. curfew for unaccompanied children under 16. And parents would be cited if their children violate curfew. The town also says it's installing portable lighting to darker areas and asking law enforcement from neighboring communities to help patrol the event.
An event today at the State Farmers Market will give you a chance to learn about local resources for the aging. A celebration of Older Americans Month starts at 1:30 this afternoon. Representatives from the state DHHS will be there sharing information about how to keep older people active in their communities. There will also be able to answer those questions about Medicare enrollment.
Crews in Arizona are working to contain a wildfire that's burned more than 1,000 acres. The state's Department of Forestry and Fire Management says windy conditions whipped up the fire Monday afternoon. They say there are no reported injuries. They aren't sure what sparked the fire.
The Met Gala is one of New York City's biggest events, definitely the most fashionable, and WRAL's Michelle McConaughey is here with some of the dazzling fashion we saw at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Oh, it was beautiful, Jeff. I mean, look at these dresses. The fashion on the iconic steps of the Met did not disappoint last night. This year's theme was the Garden of Time, encouraging guests to pay tribute to the natural world. So let's begin with J.Lo, who served as a co-chair of the event. Known for her bombshell look, she was dripping in crystals and pearls. Her dress had more than 2 million beads on it. So beautiful. And Zendaya in this gorgeous blue gown. This gown was hand painted. She returned for the first time in 5 years. She also served as a co-chair. But one of the most dramatic outfits of the night belonged to Cardi B. She waited until the carpet was clear before making her way up the stairs to debut this epic look. And as gorgeous as those dresses were, I'm sure they were so excited to get into some comfy clothes after that. This morning, Wake County's Teacher of the Year will be honored with a celebration at Millbrook High School. Ryan Berglund was named Wake County Teacher of the Year during an awards ceremony last night. He's been teaching agriculture since 2019. This morning, he'll be honored with a clap-in by students at the school. He'll also be given a 2024 Chevy Tahoe. The ceremony gets started at 7:30 this morning. A lot of folks looking to congratulate him this morning. And Jeff, one thing that's really shaped his approach to teaching, he was diagnosed with dyslexia in the 3rd grade, and he says, you know, that's how he learned how people with disabilities just view things through a different lens. It's not right or wrong, it's different. And he tries to instill that mindset into his students.
Yeah, it's fantastic. He has not taken the traditional path. You know, he's a welder by trade, but he teaches kids welding. Not often you find that welder turned teacher, but it works for him. Congrats. Today, you can learn more about job opportunities in the town of Clayton. The town is hosting an open house hiring event from 3:30 to 6:30. It's happening at the town hall on East 2nd Street. Representatives from several town departments will be there to talk about job opportunities and benefits. Full and part-time jobs are available, as well as internships.
I'm Chris Lovingood in the WRAL Live Center. I want to show you some new footage from this morning coming out of Oklahoma. You see this right here? This is a damaged hotel, a Hampton Inn in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. It's not too far from Barnesdale, Oklahoma, where at least one person was reportedly killed after a tornado ran through there last night. This is, again, a look from that direct hit from the tornado. The video just showing the damage, the sign missing from there, sheet metal from around. But again, this is just from the house to show you how serious the storm damage was from that tornado that hit there. And Elizabeth, I know this is something that you have been tracking very closely. This is going to kind of play into that weather alert day that we're going to see on Thursday.
Exactly. This is where that front is right now. A really powerful system. Overnight last night and during the day yesterday, we were watching all those tornadoes pop up. All of that is going to start to shift eastward. I'll put this into motion. And overnight last night and this morning, it's all moving across parts of Arkansas and Missouri. We've had a number of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings here in Missouri. I mean, just multiple dozens of them. That's moving on up through Illinois into Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. And that's where we have a level 3 risk for today. Yesterday, that level 5 risk for parts of Oklahoma. But this storm system is potent, and it is likely to do a lot of damage along its path until it gets to us. It arrives here Thursday. We have a level 2 risk, so we have the potential for a few isolated tornadoes, a level 1 risk for today and tomorrow. So out ahead of that system, we are in a very unstable air mass that's going to continue to bring us some showers and a few scattered storms. A little bit of light patchy rain out there this morning. We have this one little bit of rain moving through Wake Forest, heading up toward Lewisburg right now. We've had a few showers down to the south, moved through Fayetteville and Clinton, but that has moved out of the viewing area. Level 1 risk for us today. We're looking at wind damage being the greatest threat. We take a look at that pretty sunrise that's happening there in Goldsboro. A lot of cloud cover there in Apex and Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill's a little damp too because we had a shower roll through there earlier this morning. An isolated shower to start with, and then we're looking at some isolated thunderstorms this afternoon. There's 2 o'clock. We roll it on out to 5 o'clock. Notice there's not a lot of coverage, and there will be plenty of sunshine during the afternoon. We're going to climb into the upper 80s. Humidity is going to be an issue. We'll see it feeling more like mid to upper 90s this afternoon. For Wednesday, we're going to start off dry and clear with some afternoon and evening thunderstorms that roll on through. You can see that especially during the afternoon between 3 and 5, 6 o'clock. And then on Thursday, we'll have a better chance for thunderstorms when that front comes through. So again, today and Wednesday, it's a level 1 risk. For Thursday, it's a level 2 risk. That's when we could see the potential for isolated tornadoes. Plenty of rain with this, as we'll have 3 days worth, but the bulk of it will come on Thursday, anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And then over the weekend, once this front comes through, we're going to see comfortable temperatures for Mother's Day weekend, maybe an isolated thunderstorm on Sunday. But look at that, 74 Saturday, 79 on Sunday. And after hot, humid conditions for much of this week, it'll feel much more pleasant this weekend. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, 619, checking road conditions because of the showers that you just mentioned. And these are parts of the triangle that are waking up this morning to wet roads. We're talking about parts of Durham and Orange counties, but not enough to really affect your morning commute this morning. I want to get out and take you outside and give you a live look now, courtesy of Nick Perlin in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. He's on his way back into Raleigh, right there on Wade Avenue. Just cloudy conditions. The roads are completely dry this morning, but we will, of course, keep checking that for you as well. Elsewhere around the triangle this morning, no major crashes to report anywhere for that matter. It's just free and clear on the major thoroughfares this morning.
Thanks, Ken. 2 North Carolina singers trying to make the semifinals of The Voice. And tonight we'll find out if Tay Lewis and Josh Sanders will advance to the final 8.
Your property taxes may be going up. What was revealed in the Wake County budget proposal when it comes to your bill?
And here are your winning NC Education lottery numbers on your screen right now. We're back with What's Trending next.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Oh, the stars were out to shine at the Met Gala, including one actress who was making her first appearance there after more than 30 years in the spotlight.
Ken Smith here now with What's Trending. Ken.
Yeah, but Jeff, we're talking about Pamela Anderson. This is a long way from Baywatch. She was at the Met Gala for the first time last night. She clearly had a great time posting 2 videos on Instagram. This is her running through the museum during the Met Gala, of course. And then she decided to take it outside. This is her running through Central Park in her lovely gown last night, having a great time.
That's so cool.
She looks like a bride.
Right? And getting invited after 30 years in the spotlight, she even said herself that Anna Wintour's acceptance meant a lot to her. And the fact that she got invited, you know, it struck her. And she wore makeup, too. She's been on this makeup-free kick for a long time. Like, I've been wearing more makeup than her for a while. But she wore makeup last night, tastefully done. Very nice.
Yeah. She looks great. And she looked like she had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And by the way, Jeff, she wears the makeup better.
True. Given that.
Take a look at the newest Superman. Director James Gunn shared this promotional image for the next Superman movie due out next year. David Corenswet is the actor who will play the Man of Steel. He's best known for roles in Netflix's shows like Hollywood and The Politician.
So, Ken, were you saying something? Because I'm just
please.
focused on this image of a Superman just getting ready for his next battle. He's got a little dirt on the, on the attire because he just came back from a scuffle. And
kidding.
But 30 years old, taking the lead on Superman. Elizabeth says it's no Henry Cavill. We'll see.
It's not.
I'll give him a shot.
It's not.
Yeah, Jeff, we're just chopping it.
Ken, thank you. Tonight, 2 North Carolina natives will learn whether they'll be part of the final 8 on The Voice. That was Tay Lewis from Goldsboro and Josh Sanders from Kannapolis. Watch tonight to see whether America voted them to move on to the semifinals. The Voice airs at 8 tonight, right here on WRAL.
Victor Wembanyama is the NBA's Rookie of the Year. All 99 voters for the honor selected him. He's only the 6th player ever to win the award unanimously. San Antonio Spurs star averaged just over 21 points a game in his rookie season. He's the first player from France ever to be named Rookie of the Year.
Wake County school employees are fighting for better pay, and today they can be one step closer to getting it. Just ahead at 6:30, I'm explaining how school board leaders today are voting on that proposed budget.
And a few patchy light showers for us now. We'll see a few scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. We have a level 1 risk. I'll show you what to expect.
Severe weather caused major damage across parts of the country overnight. A closer look at the effects of those powerful storms.